Conversion of units in the metric system. It is easier to convert units in the metric system than converting units in the English system. No need to memorize conversion factors. You would only have to recall the exponent, equivalent, and the symbol of very few metric prefixes. These very common prefixes are the kilo, mega, giga, dc, centi, milli, micro, and nano. Other prefixes such as deca, hecto, tera, and femto are not commonly used. A table of these common prefixes, their symbol, and their exponent equivalent and decimal equivalent is given next. The 8 common metric prefixes, their symbols, and their exponent equivalents are the following: giga, capital G, 10 to the positive 9. Mega, capital M, 10 to the positive 6. Kilo, small k, 10 to the positive 3. DC, small d, 10 to the negative 1. Centi, small c, 10 to the negative 2. Milli, small m, 10 to the negative 3. Micro, Greek letter mu, 10 to the negative 6. Nano, small n, 10 to the negative 9. 03. Example A. Convert 5.2 milligrams to micrograms. The solution starts with step A, that is writing the units milligrams as small mg and micrograms as mu g. The G refers to the symbol for grams, small m for milli, and mu for micro. Step B replaces milli with 10 to the negative 3 and micro with 10 to the negative 6. The additional quantity 10 to the A is for equating the left side of the equation against the right side. Step C is obtaining the value of 10 to the A by multiplying it with 10 to the negative 6 to get 10 to the negative 3 and using the law of exponents. 10 to the A must be 10 to the positive 3 because 10 to the negative 3 equals 10 to the positive 3 times 10 to the negative 6. To get the answer, the initial value of 5.2 is multiplied by 10 to the positive 3 by moving the decimal point 3 place values to the right. The answer is 5,200. If A and 10 to the A is negative, the decimal point is moved to the left. If the decimal point is not written, it is after the last digit of the number. Example number 1. Convert 5.2 grams to milligrams. Step A. Change to symbols. 5.2 G is equals to blank mg. Step B. Change to exponential form. 5.2 times 10 to the 0 G is equal to 5.2 times 10 to the A times 10 to the negative 3. Step C. Substitute for 10 to the A. 10 to the A is equal to 10 to the positive 3 because 10 to the 0 is equal to 10 to the positive 3 times 10 to the negative 3. Step D. The answer is 5.2 times 10 to the positive 3, which is the same as 5,200 after moving the decimal point 3 place values to the right. Sample number 2. Convert 0.052 kilometers to meters. Step A. Change to symbols. 0.052 km equals blank m. Step B. Change to exponential form. 0.052 times 10 to the positive 3 m is equal to 0.052 times 10 to the a times 10 to the 0 m. Step C. Substitute for 10 to the a. 10 to the a is equal to 10 to the positive 3 because 10 to the positive 3 is equal to 10 to the positive 3 times 10 to the 0. Step D. The answer is 0.052 times 10 to the positive 3 becomes 52 after moving the decimal point 3 place values to the right. Example number 3 is asking you to convert 7.2 milligrams to grams. Note that milligram, that is a prefix that has a value of 10 to the negative 3. And grams has a no prefix, so that should be 10 to the 0. So changing to symbols, milligram is mg and grams, that is small g. Changing to exponential form, 10.2 times 10 to the negative 3, that's for milli. Then we annex g, that is should be milligram. Then for the other side, that is g, that is 7.2 times 10 to the a times 10 to the 0. We should balance this left side and right side. Then we should get the value for a. So 10 to the a should be 10 to the negative 3 because 10 to the negative 3 is equal to 10 to the negative 3 times 10 to the 0. The answer therefore is 7.2 times 10 to the negative 3, which will tell us that we should move the decimal point 3 decimal place, the 3 place values to the left. That's for negative 3. So from 7.2, that is between 7 and 2, we move it to the left, we will get 0.0072. For example number 4, we are asked to convert 0.0036 centimeters to decimeters. Now we should change them to symbol 0.0036 cm, that's for centimeter, is equal to blank dm. dm is for decimeter. Then we are asked to change them to exponential form. So 0.0036 times 10 to the negative 2 m. Negative 10 to the negative 2 is percentage. Is equal to 0.0036 times 10 to the a times 10 to the negative 1. 10 to the negative 1 is for DC. Now we should get now the value for a. So 10 to the a should be 10 to the negative 1 because 10 to the negative 2 is equal to 10 to the negative 1 times 10 to the negative 1. So the answer is 0.0036 times 10 to the negative 1, which means that we move the decimal point 1 place to the left. So the answer now is 0.00036. Example number 5. Convert 0.84 decimeter to millimeters. Solution. Step A. Changing to symbols. 0.84 dm
equals blank mm. Step B, changing to exponential form. 0.84 times 10 to the negative 1 m equals 0.84 times 10 to the a times 10 to the negative 3 m. Step C, substitute for 10 to the a. 10 to the a equals 10 squared because 10 to the negative 1 is equal to 10 squared times 10 to the negative 3. Step D. The answer is 0.84 times 10 squared, which translates to 84 after moving the decimal point to place values to the right. Example number 6. Convert 100.25 millivolts to kilovolts. Step A, changing to symbols. 100.25 small m capital V is equal to blank small k capital V. Step B, changing to exponential form. 100.25 times 10 to the negative 3 capital V is equal to 100.25 times 10 to the A times 10 to the positive 3 capital V. Step C, substitute for 10 to the A. 10 to the A equals 10 to the negative 6. Since 10 to the negative 3 is equal to 10 to the negative 6 times 10 to the positive 3. Step D. The answer is 100.25 times 10 to the negative 6, which translates to 0.000100.25. After the decimal point is moved 6 place values to the left. Example number 7. Convert 36.4 microamperes to milliampere. Step A, changing to symbols. 36.4 mu capital A is equal to blank small m capital A. Step B, changing to exponential form. 36.4 times 10 to the negative 6 capital A is equal to 36.4 times 10 to the A times 10 to the negative 3 capital A. Step C, substitute for 10 to the A. 10 to the A is equal to 10 to the negative 3. Since 10 to the negative 6 is equal to 10 to the negative 3 times 10 to the negative 3. Step D. The answer is 36.4 times 10 to the negative 3 and translates to 0.0364 after moving the decimal point 3 place values to the left. I will leave the remaining 3 examples to be done by the viewers of this tutorial. These examples are simple enough. Example number 8 is to convert 12.4 megahertz to kilohertz. Example number 9 is to convert 0.000016 microamperes to nanoamperes. And example number 10 is to convert 5.4 gigawatts to kilowatts. Summary. Converting units of measurement in the metric system is easier by using this method. Most science reference books use the factor method when converting units, where the learners must memorize some values to be multiplied to the data so as to cancel units until the desired unit is left alone after the cancellation process. Though effective, the factor method is difficult since memorizing many conversion factors is not easy. The method introduced here is easier since the learners will only recall the exponential equivalents of very few metric prefixes. To obtain the answer is just a matter of moving the decimal point some place values determined by the value of 10 to the a, where a refers to the positive or negative exponent combined with the given value.